Hello, welcome back. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna finish the rest of the day in this episode. I don't know how long that'll take, considering it's currently 9:30, and I am not particularly tired, and I don't have to be up tomorrow morning. Yay me! Well, tomorrow morning it'll be 2 p.m. when this posts. But what's today? Today is the okay. So there's literally. All right. I was checking ahead to see if there was any important decisions I had to make during this. The answer is no, but I have a feeling I'm going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit long. Um. Oh, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow in game is when everything goes down again. Anyway, we finish breakfast, then move to the dojo. Tasaka goes back to her own room while Saber follows me. As for Ilya,
ねえ、本当に剣の鍛錬なんかするの？
she follows me to the dojo like we joined at the hip.
私、今日はシロと遊べると思って楽しみにしてたんだよ。なのにセイバーなんて邪魔者はいるし、ここ寒いし、つまんないよ。
Well, I'm not surprised Ilya thinks this is boring. Watching someone train isn't what I'd call exciting.
ねえ、今に戻ろう。強くなりたいなら、私がシロの力になってあげる。
Ilya takes one of my hands in both of hers and tries to tug me away from the dojo, but at least in this, I can't indulge it. No, I can't, Ilya. I train every day, so I can't miss today. I'm not a proper maid, so I need to work hard to be ready to fight. Besides, if I train, I can protect you too, Ilya. I decided to shelter here, so I should train to help me do just that.
うん、それはそうかも。けど私、シロに守られなくてもいいんだけどな。シロはお兄ちゃんなんだから、一緒にいてくれるだけでいいんだもん。
It seems I failed to convince her. Ilya tugs more aggressively at my hand. Saber watches silently all the while, her eyes burning to the pair of us. She must still not approve of Ilya being here and is being more than a little cold toward her. And then our eyes meet. Good timing. I asked for Saber's opinion. I said I can't. Tell her, Saber. Tell her I train with you every day.
私に言うべきことなどありません。イリアスフィールを連れてきたのはシローです。彼女に言い聞かせるのはシローの役割で、私の責務には含まれていませんから。
You've betrayed me, Saber. How could you? I don't know why, but I guess she's really ticked now.
なんだ、セイバーもよくわかってるじゃない。剣の鍛錬なんてしなくていいのよ。残ってるのは雑魚ばっかりなんだから、そんなの必要ないもの。
Lancers are super effective. Okay, so who's left? We've got Saber, Lancer, Caster, and Assassin. Lancers are super effective against Sabers. To be fair, she does have magic resistance, so it's not exactly a big priority. Assassins are effective against Riders. Riders dead, which means Riders are effective against Casters, but Riders dead, and Casters are effective against Assassin. I'm applying FGO logic to this, which I don't think I should be doing, but... Hey, slow down. I lose my balance and feel myself being tugged toward the dojo's exit. Hey, but no, wait, let go, Ilya. I'm not going to indulge you this time. I'm not skipping my sword training. I'm going to stick to it. So you might think it's boring, but I enjoy it. If you're going to complain, then go in the living room. I shake her off violently. She obviously didn't expect me to fling her away like that. Ilya backs off surprised and looks at me nervous. Crap. I should have been nicer, but sorry, Ilya. I was too rough. But I'm not going to give up my sword training. I'm sorry to leave you alone, but please stay in the living room. Ilya sulks away towards the entrance, but stops for a while.
いいわ。ならここで見てる。それなら文句ないでしょ。
He's big in my room and it's very annoying. Ilya suddenly roars in defiance. She glares our way, pitching a small tantrum. Oh, I don't mind, but it's cold in the dojo and there's tea and snacks in the living room for you.
私がいいって言ってるんだからいいの。なんだ、シロとセイバーを二人きりになんてさせないんだから。
Ilya huffs and turns her nose up. Oh, well, you're more than welcome to go back to the living room if you get bored. At least things have settled down. I take the two she and I like Gillian against the wall and turn to face Saber. Let's begin. It's been 3 days, so I might be a little rusty. Are you okay, Saber? You look a little dazed. Do you have a fever?
いえ、別にそういうことではないのですが。
Sorry. Battery acid spag. I bought some energy drinks and some sour gummy chips. I'm going to combine them and make what I'm calling battery acid spaghetti. I'll tell you how it tastes. Please don't eat it. Don't worry. Sin, hello. Yes, you Sin. Rip Sin, you good? Don't do this. Don't do this. You can't tell me what to do. Don't do this. I kinda want to try it now. Coming up next. Monster Energy and Airhead's gummy strips. I'll tell you how I feel. Saber turns away from Ilya, furiously shaking her head. So you alright? Let's begin. Here's your shit now.
いえ、投げていただければ結構です。あまり不用意に近づかれては困ります。私たちは剣の鍛錬をするのですから。
That's what I've been saying. What else would we be doing, Saber? A little confused, I tossed the Shinite. Besides, I've never once landed a strike on Saber. I've never even gotten close to being within striking range of her, so Saber telling me not to come close seems odd. Saber takes the Shinite, I toss her a bit awkwardly. It lets out an audible sigh.
それでは始めましょう。今までとは勝手が違いますが、平静を保つようにしろ。
Saber glances at Ilya as she speaks. I'll be fine. Once you start, nothing will bother me. I grip my Shinai and focus on Saber. She stands in front of me, Shinai in hand. All my attention is fixed only on her. We spend 2 hours training, then go on break as usual. This reminds me of how amazing you are, Saber. I nod approvingly and gulp some water from the kettle I brought along. I quench my thirst and wipe the sweat from my neck with a towel, which helps me finally relax.
ねえ、今のが鍛錬なの？なんかシロが一方的にやられてたようにしか見えなかったけど。
Ilya is so blunt about things most people would find out. That's not true. It may have looked like I'm just getting beat up, but it was actually worse before. In fact, I didn't pass out even once, so I'd say I did pretty well today.
そうなんだ。けど、それってシロの腕前なのかな？セイバー、シロが何度もバランス崩してたのに、わざと見逃してたような気がするんだけど。
Ilya's expression turns thoughtful. She's sharp. I found it odd too, actually. Either Saber is holding back out of concern for me, or she is in a top form. Whatever the case, Saber didn't go all out. Well, she may not always fight seriously while we're training, but she's always been merciless about exploiting openings before. Today she lacks drive though. Normally she just rushes in and attacks hard enough to knock me out, but there was none of that today. You think so too, Ilya? Maybe Saber's given up on me.
不思議とそんな感じはしなかったよ。セイバー、ちゃんとシロに追い打ちしようって竹刀を構え直すんだけど、とっさにやめて下がっちゃうのよ。あれ、何だったのかな？見逃してるっていうより、怖がってるっていうか、遠慮してるっていうか。
Saber would never hold back. If she had the compassion for that, she wouldn't have beat me so bad the first day. Yeah, Saber isn't the sort to hold back in training. That's why I was able to focus so completely on her weapon. It's gotten into Saber. This isn't training at all. It seems unbelievable. But did she go easy on me?
いえ、手を抜いていたなどということはありません。私は普段通り、シロより一段階上の剣士を想定して相手をしていたのですが。
Something's not right. Saber has to see too. I can't imagine you ever taking it easy, man. I know you were being serious, but I think you were holding back. If you don't come right at me, this is pointless.
正面からですか？ですが、そうなるとマスターに近づきすぎです。それでは展開によっては体がぶつかってしまうというか。
Well, we're sparring, so I guess we might bump shoulders or something. Besides, you used to slam your whole body into me and knock me down because you said I wasn't defending myself well enough. And close combat is your specialty, Saber.
私、そんなことをしていたのでしょうか？
It's kind of a real question, but yeah, frequently. Remember how you just slammed me into the wall when you first fired? I said you were pretty strong for a girl, and you said it was natural for a swordsman. Saber stands there, dumbfounded. What's going on? Saber's acting really weird today. I'd hate to learn she isn't feeling well. I should talk to Tasaka later. We get back to our training, but it's still different than before. But after just a few strikes, Saber sets down her Shina. This is a new kind of training. She might strike me shit in the head at the moment I drop my guard and get close. I breathe hard, watching Saber cautiously. Saber narrows her eyes, showing that she is serious now, and steps forward.
Shiro, 昼食にしましょう。
That's not like her, huh? I lower my Shina. Lunch is at that time already? According to the clock, it's a bit before noon. Someone's playing Devil May Cry. Hey, Umu. I have a thing where I go into the DMC subreddit and I type in Fate because people have actually done this where they made like art or like videos or mods for like I want to say it was DMC. I don't remember which DMC. It might have been DMC 5 or 4, whichever one's Nero appeared in. It's like let's edit it to be more like Nero Claudius, or just straight up replace Nero's model with Nero Claudius. I thought that was very funny. It's lunchtime for sure, but this is the first time Saber's been the one to step up and suggest it. Neither Saber nor I paid much attention to the time when we trained before. We take a break, then notice we were hungry, then we check the clock and see that it was about lunchtime. Lucky you, thinking you're hungry at lunchtime. I get lucky. I get hungry when I get hungry. So my eating schedule is all over the goddamn place. It's a good idea. I could go along with it easily enough. No, we're having lunch. That's a good idea. It's a little early, but I guess I can start preparing.
早いのですか? もうじき正午ですし、調理には時間がかかるのですから、ちょうどいいと思うのですが。
Sometimes my lunchtime is 2:30. I was told that was not lunch anymore, but supper, and I thought, eyes. Well, I made us box lunches today. Everything's done in box. We just need to bring the bento from the living room and we can eat now.
素晴らしい。それならなんとか我慢できそうです。
Saber breathes a sigh of relief. What do you mean, hold out?
いえ、特に意味はありません。取るに足りない独り言ですので、早速昼食にいたしましょう。
Saber, you've been pretty weird today. You were even sparring weird. If you're not feeling well, you need to tell me. If you're not feeling well, you shouldn't eat that bento. I'll make you something a little easier to digest.
いえ、そのようなことはありません。
I don't think it's that she's not feeling well. I think she's flushed.
今から調理しては時間がかかりますし、今すぐ昼食を取らなければならないし、とにかく昼食にしましょう、シロ。
What's going into her? She doesn't look ill. It doesn't look like I'll need to make her anything special. God, then I'll bring over the bento and some tea. So you two just wait here. We don't have to have bento for lunch. So let's take the chance to eat here in the dojo.
はい。期待しています、シロ。
Saber waves enthusiastically, sending me off. She's flustered. She's fed. Seriously, what's going on with her today? It's soon. We eat lunch. I made a hearty breakfast, so lunch is box leftovers.
これはなるほど。朝の料理をパンに挟んだのですね。
Saber nods her approval as she eats her sandwich. The way she uses the paper napkin to keep her hands from getting dirty. She's such a grace there, even the way she eats a bento.
朝も思ったけど、シロはお料理上手よね。私ね、ご飯が美味しいのはいいことだと思うの。
On the other end of the spectrum, Ilya eagerly crams her sandwich into her mouth. I mean, they eat Pfefferpotest regularly, so I can't. Shit.
待ちなさい、イリアスフィール。
I can't tell if she's just playing around or copying me. Ilya seems to have better manners than Saber, except at the table.
待ちなさい、イリアスフィール。それでは髪が汚れてしまいます。
Oh, I'm absolutely using that! Ilya must have had butter smeared on the corner of her mouth or something. Saber leans in, reluctantly wiping off whatever.
ありがとう。けど、どういうつもり？セイバーは私のこと嫌いなんでしょ？
Sick
え
freak.
え、今でも警戒はしています。ですが私とて人の心はわかる。あなたには敵意がなく、シローは客人として迎えました。ですから私も最低限の礼は尽くしますし、それにその髪は美しい。目の前で汚れてしまうのはいささか心苦しいというものでしょう。
I'd like to remind everyone that Saber is a parent. She does have a kid. And if you saw Fate Zero, which I haven't, but I happen to know this, is that Saber was summoned during the previous war as the whose master was Kiritsugu Emiya Kiritsugu, husband of Iliasvel von Einsburn. And yes, those are Iliasvel's parents. So there is a very good chance Iliasvel remembers her, which makes this entire thing very touching, and also completely probably unintentional considering the fact that Fate Zero came out after Stay Night, but also makes this very nice and touching.
そんなこと言ったってシロは私のものだけど。まあ少しはセイバーのこと考えてあげてもいいわ。シロを勝たせてあげることはできるけど、私じゃ守ってあげられないものね。
Ilya shrugs and takes another bite of her sandwich.
言われて
サン
も
ドイッチ。
マスターの盾となるのはサーバントの責務ですから。
Hang on. I can't do the exact thing, but I just need the sound bite. Sandwich. Like, Sandwich? I can't find a single line that's just a single sandwich. Saber responds plainly enough as they eat. Doctor! Do you want sandwich? Oh, damn it. Anyway. Their conversation hasn't changed much, but at least they sound calmer. As we relax after finishing our meal, Tasaka comes in.
シロいる？こっちの準備はできたから早めに顔を出してよね。
Her message delivered, Tasaka heads straight back to the Alpine. Alright, I forgot. Tasaka was going to teach me Magecraft in the afternoon. I've never had a proper teacher, so Tasaka's Magecraft lectures have been really helpful. She seems to be willing to keep teaching, so I should clean up here quickly and head over to her. Sorry, but I'm going to head to Tasaka's room. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, so you two should go back to your rooms and rest.
いいよ。私もなんだか眠いし、少しお昼寝する。
Ilya walks out of the dojo, rubbing her sleepy eyes. That's a relief. As long as Ilya goes to sleep, I don't think there's any problem with me going to Tasaka's room.
シロ、リーの部屋に行くのですか？
Yeah, I just said that. Tasaka's teaching me the basics of Magecraft.
その必要はあるのでしょうか？バーサーカーは倒れましたし、私たちが協力して挑む敵は存在しなくなった。
She doesn't really have a whole lot of better things to do considering her own servant was defeated.
ならば、シロがリンに教わることはなくなったのではないですか？
She may be right. Tasaka's lessons were originally meant to help me when we were up against Berserkers. With him gone, there's no reason for her to teach me anything else. But Berserker or not, I still do want to learn from her. There's still so much I don't know as a mage, and I'd like to fix that as soon as I can.
そうですか。シロがそういうのでしたら、私に止める権利はありません。
Saber looks sullen as he says this. Oh, jealousy.
じゃあレクチャーを始めるけど、その前に聞いておくわ。あんた、体で壊れちゃったところとかない？
That's how she began. It's kind of an odd question to ask the moment I arrived. Huh, broken like what?
だから動かない箇所はないかって聞いてるの。あれだけめちゃくちゃしたんだから、 神経が焼き切れるのは分かってるのよ。まあそんなのはどうでもいいんだけど、体のどこに異常があるのかぐらい知っておかないと授業にならないから。
According to Sasaka, some parts of me should be numb, but since I'm the one living in my body, I can say she's wrong. No, everything's working fine. The headache and fever are gone now that I've had a night's sleep. I feel fine.
はあ、そんなわけないでしょ。セイバーの剣を投影したのよ。あんなの腕一本維持してもおかしくない芸当じゃない。
But I told you I'm fine. Besides, if my body isn't working, I wouldn't have been able to carry Ilya back to the house. At that point, the only thing wrong with me was a headache and a fever.
嘘よそんなの。シロ、ちょっと腕見せてみなさい。
She tugs on my arm before I can reply and then stares at it. I realize I'm holding my breath. I may have gotten used to her being around, but I'm definitely not used to her being so close.
本当に異常はないみたいね。焼き付いた跡かな。あざみたいに黒くなってるところはあるけど、他は完全に修復されてる。いえ、治ったというよりようやく生え変わったってとこかしら。
Sasaka mutters quietly to herself as she inspects my arm. Hey! As if that weren't enough to leave me beet red.
ふざけた体ね。これ例の自然治癒による回復じゃないわよ。シローの自然治癒は明らかに外部からの働きかけだけど、こっちはあなた自身の治癒能力だと思う。
Sorry, my hair was, I should probably take out my hair tie. Rin lifts my sleeve up, pressing her fingers all stop, that's enough, Sasaki. Go sit back down if you're done.
何よ、こっちはあんたの体を見てあげてるっていうのに。って。はは
Sasaka leans close to me.
熱は下がったって言うけど、まだ十分ありそうじゃない？シロ、顔が真っ赤よ。
Your fist going. Oh, it's not the fever. That's for me to worry about. It's not even just leave me alone.
そうなんだ。関係ないんなら、私がこんなことしても影響はないわけよね。
Don't put your hand on my forehead. I don't have a fever. This is the point. It's not a fever, Shiro.
今度は耳まで真っ赤だもの。熱っていうより酔っ払ってるみたい。
Let me just, love drunk. There we go. She's doing this on purpose. This is deliberate, I know it. Saki, you know exactly what you're doing, don't you?
ああ、バレた？シローがあんまりにもベタな反応するから、ついからかっちゃった。
God, now I know why she merged with fucking Ishtar. Anyone who would toy with a man's innocent feelings like that should do their repentance in hell. Oh, there's where Ereshkigal comes in.
あんまりからかうとミイラ取りがミイラになりかねないしね。
That's a problem. I feel like Tasaka's only teasing me hard enough. Tasaka, why do I remind you that this is serious and I'm here to learn from you?
あら、失礼ね。私だってそのつもりよ。今のだって教え子の状態を確認しただけだもの。
Yeah, so you're gonna get to today's topic then, huh?
そうね。本題といっても私の専門外だからアドバイスぐらいしかできないけど、しないよりはマシだから。正直に言ってしまえばね、私があなたの力になってあげられたのは前回でおしまいなのよ。
To be honest, oh.
短期間の授業で魔術は身につかない。私はただあなたが使ってなかったスイッチを取り付けただけ。それはわかる？
No, pray. You mean that joke? Yeah, ever since I swallowed it, I've been able to turn my magic circuits on and on without creating them from scratch every time.
そう、一朝一夕で教えてあげられたのはそれぐらい。けどそれだって今まで鍛えてきたものを表に出したに過ぎないわ。私はあなたが体で覚えた魔術を後押しすることしかできないし、他の魔術を教える気もない。だって才能ないもの、あなた。
How rude! Why is it 75 degrees at 10 o'clock at night? Yeah, you're being so blunt about that is enlightening. But you can at least give me some advice about the magecraft that I can use, right? So tell me what kind of magecraft I used last night. Sokka doesn't answer. She's just glaring at me like I'm her worst enemy. Sokka, this is supposed to be lecture, right? I get nervous when you go all quiet like that. She looks away, frowning. It's only a brief flicker of her expression, though.
無理よ。私、投影魔術なんて使えないもの。自分が知らないものを教えられるわけないじゃない。
Fair? That's something you can't do? Well, that wasn't what I used against Berserker pretty basic for a mage? I just imagine a structure and let magical energy flow to it. It's no different than strengthening magecraft, but flooding your own magical energy into something that's already formed is difficult. It's like adding what you think is red into an existing mixture of paints to draw out the red hue, only end up with some completely different color. By comparison, it's much easier to work with my own paint from the very beginning. I can just draw whatever I want that way. What do you mean you can't do it? I'm sure you could do that kind of thing. It's much easier than strengthening.
あんたね、今の他の魔術師に言ったら間違いなく殺されるわよ。あんたがやったのは投影で、かつ宝具を完全に複製していた。あそこまでできるフェイカーなんて私は知らない。
A chill runs down my spine. It's not my imagination. Sokka's actually angry.
どうってことないわ。そんなことあんたの蔵を見た時からうすうす感づいてたんだから。今さらエミやシローに殺意を抱いても仕方ない。勘違いしてるようだから言ってあげるとね、あなたがやったのは投影の魔術なの。実在する美術品とか名剣とか、そういったものを自身の魔力でイメージとして再現するっていう半端な魔術よ。大抵は儀式の際に使用する一時しのぎの代用品として使われる。イメージで編んだそれは当然架空のものとして認識されるから、すぐに消えてしまうものなんだけどね。
Huh? I get that the replica's created from a mental image. I saw Saber's sword in my dream and imagined the golden sword based on it. I don't really get it. Magic energy is like clay, right? Reproduction or no, what you make should disappear once the object takes form, right?
そんなわけないじゃない。魔力ってのは自分の体の中でしか存在できないものでしょ。だから物に魔力を通したり、魔力をスターターにして自然干渉を行うんじゃない。そりゃあ私だって魔力を飴のようにこねて探検ぐらい作れるわ。けどそれで終わり。それは探検の形をした飴に過ぎないし、外に出した魔力は気化していくからすぐに消えてしまう。いい？魔力だけで作り上げたものは長続きしないものだし、あくまで形だけのものよ。まあその形だけのものを外見も性能もオリジナルに近づけるのが投影魔術らしいんだけど。
She's right. Magical energy has no shape. I can feel it while it's flowing through my body. Once it leaves, it thins out and eventually disappears entirely. But then, no matter how many blueprints I make in my mind form with magical energy, everything will fade because it's all made from magical energy. Now that I think about it, when Kitsu was teaching me magecraft, I showed him my half-assed attempt at projection, but he told me to stick to strengthening because what I was doing instead was inefficient. As he said, projection consumes a lot of magical energy. There's no point in using it because what you make disappears immediately.
そういうこと。例えば銃の魔力を使って剣を投影するでしょ。その場合、その剣の力はせいぜい3か4なのよ。人間のイメージなんて穴だらけだから、本物通りの複製なんてできないんだもの。対して銃の魔力を使って剣を強化した場合、その剣の力は20にも30にも跳ね上がる。加えてその持続時間は投影の何百倍よ。わかった？投影魔術っていうのは今じゃ儀式の時にしか使われないものなの。道具が揃えられなかった時の代用品としてすぐに消える複製品を用意するための魔術に過ぎない。シローの父親が強化を教えたのは適切よ。ただでさえ魔術回路が少ないんだから、投影なんて無駄な魔術を教えたら一般人と変わらないもの。
I got that, but what was that then? The golden sword, I imagine, was real for a moment. It even had the real sword's power. Was it just a freak accident that I projected Saber's sword then? Now that I think about it, the magical amount of magical energy in that sword was remarkable. Replicating something that adds up with a few hundred times the magical energy I myself have does seem pretty weird.
それはそのきっとシロは剣と相性がいいのよ。魔術師はそれぞれ属性を持ってるでしょ。あなたはそれが剣なんだと思う。
Connections? You mean like elements, like fire or water?
そう。普通は世界を構成する一元素を背負うものなんだけどね。魔術協会でも火はノーマル、風はノーブルって言われてるじゃない。死水火風空でもいいし、木火土金水でもいい。このうちどれか一つを魔術師は持っているんだけど、中にはさらに分化した属性もあるわ。大抵そういう魔術師は中央には入れず、突出した専門家として名を馳せるらしいけど。
The more I hear about these mages, the less I like them. But we already knew
それで
that.
言うならシローは剣よ。多様性はないけど、こと剣に関しては頂点を狙えるってこと。
I see, that's probably true. I've always been fascinated with swords, and I'm curious about Sasaka's specialty. Knowing her, I'd probably fire wind or something else that suited something like it, but I should probably just ask since I'm curious. Hey, Sasaka, I'm curious, what's your specialty?
私は五大元素っていう属性だけど。
Does she mean all of them?
ともかく私が言えることなんてそんなものよ。投影は虚栄って言われるぐらい意味のないものだから、あまり多用はしないこと。
I have this weird habit where I bite my fingernails, so I don't really have a whole lot of them. I don't think I should be doing that. I think it's a habit at this point. I think it was a stress reaction originally, but now it's just a habit. Also, I want to tell another story. I meant to tell this when I was recording the Fake Grand Order episode earlier today, yesterday when this goes up, which is that I discovered, because I had a consistent problem with my sheets, my bed sheets. And I was like, why do they continuously come off the bed? It turns out I was using the top sheet instead of the actual bed sheet. It's much better now. Anyway.
それにね、セイバーの剣を模造するなんて、そんなのは自殺行為よ。あの時はうまくいったからいいものの、本来なら自滅していてもおかしくなかった。あんたも言ってたけど、セイバーの剣の魔力はシローの魔力のキャパシティを超えているのよ。それを複製するってことは、自分の魔術回路の限界を軽くオーバーしてるってわかるでしょ。
Yeah, I know, but it's not so easy to go beyond your own limits, right? I thought I couldn't go any further anyway, because I was already at my limit to begin with.
いけるわ。だからこそ、魔術師は死と隣り合わせなんじゃない。魔術が形式に沿ったものなら、知識さえあればどんな魔術だって行えるのは同意でしょ。たとえ自分では再現不可能の奇跡だって分かっていても、それにチャレンジすることは誰にでもできる。魔術師なんて動力源に過ぎない。
I'm just listening to her
小
lecture
さ
at
な
this
エンジン
point.
でもアクセルを踏み続けていれば規定以上のスピードは出る。けどその先にあるのは自滅しかない。それと同じよ。魔術師っていうのはね、自滅さえ覚悟するなら限界なんて簡単に超えられる。魔術回路を焼き切らせて神経をズタズタにして、それでも魔力を回転させていけば奇跡に手は届くわ。あなたの投影はまさにそれよ。戦いの後ずっと体が熱かったのは神経が焼き切れていたからだもの。手足の1本や2本壊れて当然のことをあなたはしたの。
Sokka's voice grows a little louder, but at the same time.
だから覚えておきなさい、エミヤ君。自 自分の限界を超えた魔術は術者を廃人にするわ。セイバーの剣を投影するなんてもう二度とやらないで。
Tasaka is worried about me, genuinely. After a warning, Tasaka prescribed some medicine I'm not familiar with.
まあ無理するなって言っても無駄だろうしね。気休めだろうけど、もしもの時の痛め止めぐらいは飲んどきなさい。うまくいけばあざで変色した肌も治るかもしれないし。
Tasaka explains this that she prepares some kind of green powdery medicine, and I drink it with some tea. Tasaka rummages through her stuff and tries to prescribe some other medicine. Anyway, I feel bad for Tasaka having to go through all her stuff just for me, but I feel like I'm wasting time just sitting here. I should... None of these, like, neither of these answers do anything. And I have a feeling projection's not going to come up again. I don't think, like, okay, so I don't think that anything in... Oh god, I'm so close to the end. There's only like 3 days left for this route anyway. Yeah, I don't think asking about projection does anything to the story, so I'm gonna do question 1. When I think about it, there's one thing I don't understand. Why would Tasaka just crush during our battle with Berserker? What sort of trigger did... Hey Tasaka, can I ask you about something that happened yesterday? Okay, so Berserker grabbed you. I'm just wondering how you saw it. You don't look like it, but do you work on your abs or something?
鍛えてあるだけでバーサーカーの腕力に耐えられるなんて、私のお腹は鉄以上ってこと？
Sorry, that was the wrong way to ask. I apologize. Please stop getting me like that.
そっちこそ無駄に挑発しないでよね。で、どうやって持ちこたえたかだけど、事前にお腹に宝石を仕込んでおいたのよ。服の内側に貼り付けて防護膜を張ってたわけ。納得いった？
I see, so you expected Berserker to grab you from the get-go. Makes sense then, plan to protect yourself, but that means your tools.
もう品切れよ。セイバーに1個、バーサーカーの注意をそらすのに3個、顔を吹っ飛ばすのに5個。で、体を守らせてたのが1個。10年以上蓄えたものだけど、使うときはあっという間だったわ。しかも、そのほとんどを使ったのにバーサーカーは倒せなかったし。
In spite of her dejected side, Tasaka doesn't seem to regret what happened. What's done is done. She knows very well not to dwell on what she lost, but to focus on what she gained in exchange. I see. Sorry about that, Tasaka.
ありがとう。まあ、この教訓を生かして、次は私一人で倒せるようなものを作ってみせるわ。
She's as blunt as ever about that, but I'm also sure she'll manage it. And then I realized Tasaka's the only reason we won against Berserk. And after giving me several medications, Tasaka instructs me to do simple strengthening exercises while we keep an eye on how my body reacts. Apparently she's checking to see that nothing goes wrong inside me while I use magical energy. Honestly, Tasaka seems more like a doctor than a teacher today.
よし、問題はないみたいね。この分なら明日はもう来なくていいわ。
That's a bit of a surprise. I don't have to come tomorrow. That means...
当然じゃない。今の状況で私があなたに教えることなんてないもの。本気で魔術を習いたいんなら、この戦いが終わってからにするべきよ。それに、もうアーチャーはいないでしょ。素人の協力関係はもうとっくに終わってたのよ。
What? I suddenly realized our alliance was only so we could defeat Berserk. Now that Berserker's gone, Tasaka doesn't have a servant anymore. Our living arrangement should be over. Should have ended yesterday even. So what are you gonna do now, Tasaka? Are you gonna go to Konamine's place? That'd probably be the normal thing to do. Tasaka and father Konamine are student disciples, so it shouldn't be an issue to go asking him for protection.
なんで？行くわけないじゃない。 まだ負けてもいないのに、サーバントがいなくなったから戦えないなんてことはないでしょ。それにやり逃げってのも趣味じゃないしね。一度戦うと決めたからには最後まで事の顛末を確かめるのが責任でしょ。
She says this like it should be the most obvious thing in the world, and she's proud about that. My eyes wide. Well, okay, maybe not. I should have expected this from Tasaka. She's unbelievably stubborn, absolutely selfish, and captivatingly brilliant. And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go out on your own now? There's still servants and masters left.
そうね。だからしばらくはここで情報を集めるわ。竜道寺の調査も再開しないといけないし。
You gonna stay here? Are you sure? It's a bit of big help if you stayed, but our alliance ended, so...
何言ってるのよ。バザーカーに勝てたのはあーちゃんのおかげでしょ。協力関係は終わったけど、その借りはまだ貸したままよ。返済が終わるまでここを提供するのは当然じゃない。それに責任は最後まで取るって言ったでしょ。ちょっとの間だったけど師弟になったしね。あなたを一人にしたら頼りなくって心配で、聖杯戦争どころじゃなくなるわ。
Alright. It feels like a lifetime ago, so I'd nearly forgotten, but I've admired Rin because of exactly those qualities for a long time now, so I'm actually very happy. I'd suck if I was known and liked. Besides, if I ever saw the day a girl as stubborn as her gives up, I wouldn't know what to believe from then on. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, Tasaka. Whatever else I might say, I wouldn't know what to do without you, Sifrin. I need you, Tasaka.
いいけど、あんたその言い回しはやめなさいってば。バカ正直なのはいいけど、気をつけないと誤解を招くわよ。
Huh? I'm not sure why that upset Tasaka so much. Tasaka, what do you mean I might give people the wrong idea? What wrong idea?
あのね、今のは失言なの。聞くなって態度で表してるんだから、追及するのはルール違反よ。
Tasaka must have been aware of some secret rule I'm not.
あきれた。これじゃセイバーも大変だわ。まあ、それともあんたたちはそれでちょうどいいのかもね。少しぐらい麻痺してないと、あなたもセイバーもダメなのかもしんないし。
Okay, I still don't get it, but I didn't miss what you said about feeling bad for Sib. What do you mean if she has it tough?
だから、あんたのそういうところが大変だって言ってるの。その分じゃセイバーの変化になんて気がついてないんでしょ、エミヤ君は。
Changes in Saber, it's not about her appearance, right? If anything would have changed. Oh, right, she has been acting weird since this morning. Oh, I just thought she was in a bad mood because Iglu was with her. I just thought she was in a bad mood because Iglu was with her. She just sat there all stiff and quiet. When I asked if there was something wrong, she just got up and left, saying something about having a dream. I had a dream. And I pretty much forgot about it all in the hustle and bustle of Aurelia. Yeah, we sure it's been an awful little since this morning. It's like her out of somewhere else.
セイバーが夢を見た?
That's the bit that surprises you? And now she's ignoring me. I don't go quiet on me. That face you're making has me nervous.
ああ、別にそんな大したことじゃないわ。単にサーバントは夢を見ないってだけだから。
Huh? Servants don't dream?
そうよ。サーバントは夢なんて見ないわ。それでも見たって言うんなら、それは夢じゃない。単に誰かの記憶を垣間見ただけの話よ。
Maybe Tasaka's experienced it before. The coldness in her voice runs so counter to her usual cheerfulness. And now it's time to prepare dinner. There's so much happening these past few days. I thought the whole cooking rotation had gone out the window, but then...
今日 の夕食お願いね。今夜もまた冷えそうだし、イリアもいるし、シチューとかいいんじゃない？
She steps out of her room as she speaks. Oh, yeah, I guess stew would be perfect for Ilya. Maybe it's the hat and the coat she wears that make me think that. Whatever the case, I don't have a problem making stew for dinner. I'm no expert at Western dishes like stew, but I don't think I can really mess something like that up. Oh, but before that, it's a little before 6 o'clock. Still have some time before I need to cook. I've had training, so I've done my share of sweating today. Seems like now would be a great time to take a bath. Taking a bath before dinner might be a hassle, but Sokka and Saber usually do it right after dinner, so it'd be pretty late by the time it was my turn. Always cold. The heaters have the rooms nice and warm, but once I'm out in the hallway I can feel the wintry chill. Fuyuki's winters are typically warm, but the weather's been screwy these past few days. I have a feeling you're about to walk in on somebody. Speaking of cold, it looks like it snowed. I must not have noticed because it only lasted for less than an hour and didn't snow a large amount. If there had been much snow on the ground, my yard would be packed with an entire army of snowmen, which really sucks to clean up. In that sense, I'm glad it didn't snow much. Of course, a snowman army would be the work of a single person. I can't help but smile as I remember when it snowed last year and her cold, reddited hands gripping the lectern. Huh? I was thinking of taking a shower, but the bathroom's already warm. I hear something moving in water. I strain my eyes trying to see the bathtub through the haze of steam. This is the second time you've walked in on her. Damn it, Shuru! My mind goes blank as the white sheets of steam filling the bath. What? My throat closes up. I can't get a word. My brain stops working paralyzed. But in the back of my mind, I recall something similar happening. Actually, the exact same thing has already happened. Last time I was stressed and Saber wasn't. Not this thing. Oh, Saber. My only sound is my own loud gulping. Saber just freezes watching me as I stand there dumbfounded. She's gonna get mad. Here it comes. I'm going to die. Her soft lips begin to tremble. In a second now, she's gonna start yelling. Sorry, it's my fault. I was gonna use the shower. Why didn't think I'd be using the bathroom with this shower? Yeah, I should have figured it out earlier, but... Alright, well, lame excuse. I step back. We're trying to head back to the changing room. It's not that I'm gawking at Saber. For some reason, I felt like making a mad dash for the changing room would just make Saber angry. The truth of the matter is I can't take my eyes off her. I remember the night in the ruins. I recall Saber's warmth, how close it was. Her body was so firm and slender. The heat of our bodies, even our heartbeats mingled overlapped. At the time, I was just desperate to fix the problem. But now it all feels so tempting. Anyway, we could talk later. I try to reach behind me for the exit, and then...
申し訳ありません。その勝手な申し出なのですが、今は席を外してもらえないでしょうか。
Saber averts her gaze, her voice oddly muffled. I really don't know what to think. I'm not sure why Saber isn't mad. Seeing how embarrassed he looks because there's blood to pound. Why? The words come out before I can stop myself. Saber looks down even more apologetically.
シャワーを使うのはもう少し後にしてください。この場を一人で使うことを今だけは許してほしい。
Saber shrinks in on herself, flooding her body. And then I suddenly remember, when I ran toward the changing room last time, Saber didn't say anything. Sex does not matter for Saber. She said that appearances hadn't mattered to her. You see, I can't find the right words. My head's spinning. Come on, work, brain. See, you're not mad, Saber.
シローが体を洗うのは当然でしょう。私はそこまでマスターの行動を制限しません。
I get it. Saber doesn't care what she looks like, or whether she has clothes on or not. That's why it's not weird for me to be here. The bathroom is a place to wash one's body, so my presence isn't strange. It doesn't matter whether Saber's here or not. I mean, that helps, but I have a feeling I'm wrong. So I don't think it would be a problem if I used the shower right now, you know? This entire scene is filled with so many just angles that questionable.
見られることは問題ではないのです。ただ、私の体は凛のように少女のものではありません。ですから。
She blushed even more, tripping over her words.
あまり見てほしくない。
Oh, this is that scene. Okay. I remember seeing a comic on the Fate Stay Night subreddit when I first started browsing it. It was this scene, but it was like what this, what she thinks her body proportions are, what they actually are. Because let's be honest, no. She sounds so bashful. I almost faint for just so many reasons. Well, I would never think that. Saber Sport is a long way from it. She says she's rugged. Sure she's more muscular inside, but still thinks Saber's very feminine.
シロ、そういう理由だから一人にしてほしいのですが。
I don't know how I responded. I don't remember nodding slightly and pulling the door closed. That was, perhaps I lingered there longer than I should have. And so the day ends. Dinner was chaotic. Ilya got chattier with each meal, and she and Tasaka have gotten to this weird point where I'm not sure whether they're being fighting or being friendly. Saber has accepted Ilya's presence here, but she hasn't warmed up here. More than that, Saber greets pretty funny whenever Ilya gets near me. These past few days have been just plain rough. The normal routine of just a few days ago has devolved into complete chaos. I stepped silently out into the yard. It's just about time for the calendar to roll over to the next day. I walked beneath the pale light of the moon, leaving faint puffs of white breath in my wake. Next thing I know, I'm at work on my daily routine. I don't really need to train out here since Tasaka's teaching me, but I still sit on the cool ground and check on the things I've been working on for so long. I'm not doing this because I'm worried about my skills. It's more that I find doing it soothing. I've been doing this for years, so it's just not doing it would feel weird. Try some. I put even more effort into tonight's drink. Tasaka told me not to do it anymore, but I just can't do it, she says. If I can master this project, I mean I could be a lot more helpful to Saber. The heat from earlier is still lingering within me. The night at the ruins, the battle in the forest in the morning mist. The golden sword I created. The residual heat still lingers in my hands. Deep down I fired myself up like I'd be able to reignite this flames. Creation philosophy appraisal. It's easy to recreate. At the time I was so desperate that my mind was a jumble, but now I can retrace the necessary steps and form my incantation. No, from the very beginning, there's only been a single thing that could serve as a trigger for me. The pronunciation is the same. But just by changing my perception of how it is said, it will become something entirely mine, my own original spell. Basic structure, hypothesis. I know very well how dangerous this is. Tasaka doesn't need to remind me. I really have no business getting anywhere near projection magecraft. It's completely beyond me. Venturing so brazenly into dangerous waters can lead only to death. End of hypothesis. Now instant nothingness. I erased the blueprint that was in my head. A shadow falls across the door. Saber comes in her frame, blotting out the light of the moon.
よかった。ここにいたのですね、シロ。姿が見えないので何かあったのかと。
Nothing's happened. I couldn't sleep, so I came in to do some mental exercise. Once I finished, I'll head back to my room, so you don't need to worry.
そうですか。ならいいのですが。
Saber focuses on my forehead. So you can probably see them dripping with sweat. It's always like this. Don't worry. Mages have to practice their magecraft. Well, failure comes with the territory for an amateur like me. I'll wipe the sweat from my brow with the back of my hand. Oh, I'm surprised. My sweat is cold as ice. I thought it was cold, but I don't remember the shed being quite this cold.
シロ、一日も欠かさずそれを。
Well, yeah, as much as I possibly could. It's a daily routine my old man taught me, so I thought I should at least keep to it. As soon as I finish speaking, I regret my bluff. I regret telling her this is my daily routine. My intent was to boast to Saber. At the end of the day, my training has just some chore to me, but it isn't the easiest of tasks either. Saber says nothing. The moon hangs behind her, its light spilling around her frame. The shed plunged into bluish darkness is illuminated by the few shafts of silvery light that make it past Saber. I recall the first night I met her. Saber, Tasaka did something to me today. The moment felt just like a dream. Is it true that servants don't dream? I can't stop myself from asking.
ええ、私たちは夢を見ない。もともと幽体であるサーバントは眠りません。私は幽体化ができないため眠らざるを得ませんが、それでも夢を見れません。
But this morning you said... There's a brief silence. She closes her eyes, then apparently having made up her mind.
私が見たものはあなたの夢です。マスターとサーバントは精神的にもつながっている。結びつきが強くなれば、相手の過去を垣間見ることもあるでしょう。
You dreamed of my past?
はい。あなたの心に踏み入る行為だとは分かっていたのですが、私には拒むことができなかった。それをどうか許してください、シロ。
Don't. I did the same thing. Saber's past. I've seen several scenes from her life before she became a servant. Don't be silly. That's not your fault. You can't help what you dream about. And I have to apologize too. My past is pretty boring. Seeing somebody not boring probably makes you not want to have to sleep.
いえ、夢を見たのは今朝だけです。それも最近のことではありませんから、シロの男性としてのプライベートを侵害するようなことは決してありません。
Saber's dead serious about that one, but Parsi, yeah, sure, done my share of dumb things. That's a relief, but if you're saying you didn't see any recent memories, how far in the past did you see?
大きな火事でした。私が見たものはその光景だけです。
Her voice is quiet. Her gentle gaze tells me what she saw. That dream. See, well, I don't know what to say. So I just say it was unfortunate. It's like going to a movie theater, trying to see a movie you know, but you somehow end up in the wrong theater and end up with a completely different show.
それで分かりました。いいえ、前から思ってはいたのです。あなたにはひどく危ういところがあると。
What do you mean, dangerous? So, yeah, I'm sure the odds are pretty stacked against me from your
そ
point
ん
of
な意
view.
味ではありません。あなたは、シロは私と似ています。だから、あなたの間違いもわかる。このまま進めばどうなってしまうかも、同じだから分かってしまう。
I don't think I've made any mistakes. Sure, I've failed plenty of times. My goal is to be a champion of justice like I'm in. A goal like that can't be a mistake. No way.
だから、それが間違いなのです。シロ。あの事故はあなたのせいでもないし、その責任はあなたが負うべきものでもない。あなたには償うべきものなどないのです。
That's obvious. It was just an accident. I was just a victim. Sure, maybe dealing with
以
survivors.
前、リンが言っていました。シローの自己犠牲と献身ぶりは異常だと。それは私も同感です。あなたは自らの命を代価として人を助けようとするのではない。あなたは単に初めから自分の命が感情に入っていないのではないですか。
Maybe my pupils have dilated. I'm not sure why, but I can't seem to focus on Saber's face.
あの事故を忘れることはあなたにはできないでしょう。ですが、覚えている限りシロは変わらない。それは苦しいのではないですか。
Painful for me? Well, yeah, that's painful. Saber doesn't have to remind me that. It is obvious. So many people died. It was absolute hell. Something like that causing you pain is only natural. Besides, if I didn't feel that, it might all be meaningless. Yeah, you're right. It is painful to remember, but it's in the past and there's nothing I can do about it. Saber doesn't answer. Instead, she closes her arm in frustration.
私は聖杯を手に入れなければならない。けれど、それはシローにも当てはまる。
Saber?
シローには聖杯が必要だ。私があなたに呼び出されたのは必然だったのです。マスター。
I don't know how to respond to that.
先に眠ります。シローもあまり無茶はしないように。
Saber leaves. I fold my arms and think, do I need the Holy Grail? A vessel that grants wishes to its possessor. A vessel which contains unlimited quantities of magical energy, for which is said nothing is impossible. Were I to get it, I could easily grant my wish. No, that's wrong. No matter how I look at it, I don't need the Holy Grail. No, I definitely don't need it, because I don't have any wishes that can't come true, or hope for anything that's impossible. I wouldn't have a dream if it weren't something I could attain myself. The night grows darker, and a familiar old shed lit only by the moon. I listen to the distant wind. Okay. And that will be the end of today's episode. And I will see you. That was a very emotional ride. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.